Okay, I'm going to show you how when Jesus said he came to fulfill the law, he meant bring it to an end, to complete it, like you complete a task, complete a mission, and then it's over. He says, think not that I am come to destroy the law. This is Matthew 5:17. Or the prophets, I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. My first point is, why did Jesus feel the need to clarify? Why did he feel the need to explain that he did not come to destroy the law? No one accused him of destroying the law. This is the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew. Up to this point, he hadn't mentioned the law. The reason he needed to differentiate is because he knew that his fulfilling of the law was going to look similar to destroying, or sometimes you see this word as abolishing. He knew it was going to look similar because either way, whether you're destroying it or fulfilling it, you're bringing it to an end. He wanted to clarify, I'm fulfilling it. It was a mission. It was a task. It served a purpose. I'm bringing the law to an end, to completion. It's going to be over. If you go to Strong's Concordance, the reference number for the word fulfill is G4137. G because it's Greek. If it was Hebrew, like in the Old Testament, it would say H. Definition, the literal definition of the word is to make replete, which means to fill to the top. So you can't fill it anymore. Cram, level up, furnish, satisfy, execute. To finish a period or task. Verify, complete, end, expire, fulfill. The definition, the literal definition of the word is to fill something up till it's full, to complete something, a period or a task, to finish it. Now, if you go to all the places where G4137 is used as fulfill, 51 times, you'll find all of these other verses, and every single time it means something was completed. A task was executed. It was brought to an end. Matthew 1:22. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Now all of this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted, God with us. This was a prophecy from the Old Testament. When Jesus was born and they named him, it fulfilled the prophecy. It brought it to completion. It's not going to happen again. It's not continuing. It is done. Matthew 2:15. We'll start at 14. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt I have called my son. Another prophecy fulfilled. Once they took Jesus to Egypt and Jesus spent some time as a child in Egypt, it fulfilled the prophecy. It completed it. It brought it to execution. It was fulfilled. It was satisfied. Matthew 2:17, just a few verses down. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth, and that were in Bethlehem and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, In Ramah there was a voice heard, lamentation, weeping, great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted because they are not. Another prophecy brought to an end. As soon as it happened, the prophecy is completed. It is fulfilled. So Jesus definitely came and completed the law. He fulfilled it. That's why the apostles taught we are no longer under the law. And then they go on to say that we don't need to be circumcised anymore. We don't have to follow the dietary restrictions anymore. There's Colossians, 2:16, where people think it means you can do the feast and don't let people judge you for doing the feast, when it's actually saying the exact opposite. If you read all of Colossians 2, he's saying don't let anyone judge you for not keeping the feast anymore and the festivals, and the Sabbath days, not referring to the seventh day Sabbath, but referring to the Sabbath days that go along with feasts and festivals. If you study the Old Testament feasts and festivals, most, if not all of them, had a Sabbath day just for the feast and festival, apart from the seventh day Sabbath. It's telling you that knowing that Jesus fulfilled the law, that he was the final Passover, there's no need to keep Passover or keep the law, but he said repeatedly to keep his commandments, and the apostles taught to keep his commandments. And he's talking about the 10 commandments. There's a difference between the law and the commandments. I have a pinned video on my page explaining how when the Bible talks about the law, 99% of the time, it's not talking about the commandments. Jesus fulfilled the law, but said, keep my commandments, the 10 commandments. The greatest commandment and the second greatest commandment are just a summary of the 10 commandments. So go to my page, watch this video. This video plus that video is the strongest evidence I can give you to not listen to law observant or Torah observant Christians or the Hebrew Israelites trying to tell you that we're still under the law. Christ fulfilled the law. We are no longer under the law, but we must keep God's commandment. Even in the book of Revelation, those who obey God's commandments until the end are going to have their name written in the book of life. God bless you guys.